Hey friends, happy Sunday and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. If you're new here, hello and welcome. I am Taylor and I share these What's for Dinner videos every Sunday to hopefully give you some new meal ideas and to motivate you to cook more for your family. So this week's What's for Dinner is basically like camping edition. I have 3 meals from before we went camping, and then I have 3 meals from when we were camping, which can also all be made like on the grill or just at home on the stove or oven. And then 1 meal was takeout for the day we got home from camping. So I can't wait to share these meals with you today. So let's go ahead and get into it. So Friday night we had orange chicken and fried rice. I was trying to keep things simple leading up to us leaving for camping. I've shared my fried rice here on my channel many times, so I will leave a video linked down below for how I make that. And then the orange chicken was just the Trader Joe's orange chicken that we love. Saturday night we tried something new. This is like a cheesy bacon chicken melt. So I just started off by taking my chicken breasts and slicing them in half horizontally so they were super thin. That way they cook more evenly. I always do this when I cook my chicken breasts. And then I'm just going to season them up with whatever seasoning you like. I did some Badia Complete and some of the Tony's Creole seasoning, and then I just did that on each side. And then these go in my cast iron pan on like a medium heat in some oil and butter, and I just cooked them for about 5 to 6 minutes per side. They don't have to be all the way cooked through because we are going to throw this in the oven for a little bit. So once I had them good and seared on either side, then I topped them with some cooked bacon. I cooked my bacon in the oven. I always cook in the oven. It's not like messy when you do it in there. So I got the bacon on there, and then I topped it with some cheese. I did some Colby Jack, and then I threw this in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes just to get that cheese nice and melty and make sure my chicken was cooked all the way through. To go with this, we had salad for those of us that like salad, of course fresh veggies for Lily, and then I just made a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese. Kept it super easy. This was delicious. I think in the future I might add some slices of jalapeno to this, make it like kind of like a jalapeno popper thing. I wanted to do that this time, but I didn't realize I was out of jalapenos. So next time I would put some jalapenos on top of the bacon before I put the cheese on there. Try that out. I wouldn't do that for the kids, but I think me and Andy would really enjoy the spice that would give it. Sunday night we had sausage, green beans, and potatoes. This is a family favorite. Sometimes I make it on the stove. Sometimes I do it in the crock pot. It just depends. Sometimes I also use canned potatoes, but this time I used fresh since I was doing it in the crock pot. I used a 2-pound bag of baby gold potatoes. I washed those and cut them in half. And then I added in 3 cans of green beans with the water from the cans, and then 1 pound of smoked sausage. And then to season this, I did a bunch of Badia Complete and then a little bit of Nono chicken bouillon powder and about half a stick of butter, and I just put that butter on top. And then after a couple hours that butter had melted and I gave this a stir about halfway through it being done cooking. I cooked this on high for about 4 hours, and I forgot to get pictures or video of our plates, but we just had this with some buttered bread on the side. I usually like to do like biscuits or rolls or something with it to kind of soak up that broth that you get with this. And as I said, this is a family favorite. We have it a couple times a month. These next 3 meals from when we were camping are going to include seasoning sent to me by Auntie Nono's. I'm always open and honest with y'all. Today's video is a paid collaboration with Auntie Nono's. I've been using them for the past 2 weeks and can honestly say I love them all. These seasonings are all we brought with us camping besides just salt and pepper. It made preparing the food simple but still gave us like so much flavor. Everything tasted amazing. Y'all know I love seasoning blends because they make it easy and quick to get flavorful food, which is important to my family. On the first night camping, we wanted to keep things simple, so we did some corn on the cob, chili dogs, and chips. I used one of the Auntie Nono's best sellers on our corn. The everything seasoning has quickly become one of my favorites to use on a daily basis. So for our corn, I put a little butter, a little everything seasoning, and wrapped with foil, and then we cooked these over the campfire. The chili we had brought from home. I had chili left over the last time I made it in the crock pot, so I just brought a bag of that and we heated it in a pot over the campfire. And then for our hot dogs, we just stuck them on these little skewer things and cooked them right over the fire. And then, as I said, we had some chips with this as well. I think we all had some sour cream and onion ruffles. The everything seasoning was great on the corn. It's like a mixture with like garlic and onion and salt and pepper, and it's just really good and really good on everything. For the next night, we made some chicken and veggie kebabs. I prepped this chicken about a week before our trip to save some time at the campsite. I cut my chicken into chunks, trying to keep everything about the same size so it would cook pretty evenly. And then I added it to a Ziploc bag with about 1/4 cup of olive oil. And then the seasoning I'm using is the new grilling seasoning. I used about 2 tablespoons. I massaged that in and made sure everything was coated. And then you can let that marinate for a few hours in the fridge, or like me, I threw it in the freezer to use on our trip. At the campsite, we had our grilling seasoning, so I could sprinkle that on the veggies. Our choices for veggies were tomatoes, zucchini, onions, and peppers. And then I just alternated those options on the skewers, and then we cooked this over the fire. To go with those skewers, we also had some baked potatoes. I actually prepped these baked potatoes at home. If you've ever cooked potatoes on a campfire, you know they can take forever, or what feels like forever on the campfire. So I actually cooked these in the microwave for a couple minutes at home, wrapped them in foil, and then they didn't take nearly as long on the fire. So when they were warmed up, I just cut them up, added some butter and then some cheese, and then wrapped them back up in the foil so that cheese could melt. And then we had bacon bits and sour cream to top them with, and we also had some rolls on the side. This chicken on these skewers was delicious. Everyone could not stop talking about how much they loved it. It was so flavorful with little effort on my part. Our last meal camping was some BBQ chicken thighs. I also prepped these at home ahead of time. So in a Ziploc bag, I added my chicken thighs, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and about 1 tablespoon of the new Steakhouse seasoned salt. Since this is a seasoned salt, you don't want to overdo it or it'll be too salty. Again, you can let this marinate in the fridge for a couple of hours, or like me, throw it in the freezer and bring it with you to the campsite. So at the campsite, we just placed the thighs directly on the grill rack. When they were nearly done, we coated each side with some barbecue sauce and let that cook into it for a couple of minutes on each side. This night for our corn on the cob, I used 2 of Auntie Nono's best sellers, the everything seasoning and the firecracker seasoned salt, just to add a little spice and to switch things up, and this combo turned out delicious. This chicken this night was also so good. It's hard to pick which chicken we liked better. They were both so good. So we also heated up some baked beans, we had our corn, and we had our barbecue chicken thighs. It was so good. Everything that we had camping was delicious. The food this camping trip did not disappoint. If you would like to give Auntie Nono's seasonings a try, use the code TAYLORGRILL for 30% off their new grill line. That includes the grilling seasoning, the steakhouse seasoned salt, or the burger seasoning. You can get them in singles or a 2-pack or a 3-pack, and it's just on the new grill line. The grill line is going to help you keep the summer flavor going like all year long. I don't know about you, but I don't even like to cook on the grill in the summer. It's too hot outside. I prefer to do it in the fall and winter, and then the fire from the grill keeps me nice and warm. You can also just click the link in the description box and that 30% off code will be applied automatically. The only seasoning I didn't use from the new line today was the burger one. I have tried it, I just didn't use it in this video, and it's just as good as the other 2 in the new line. All of them are great on a variety of things, not just meat, but also on veggies. They make getting a flavorful meal on the table for your families quick and easy, which is important to me, and I know it is to y'all as well. Don't forget to check out the link for Auntie Nono's in the description box. Okay, it is Thursday, and it is our first night home from camping. And usually when we come back from vacation or anything, we usually get something out the first night home because 1, we don't have groceries, and 2, we don't feel like cooking anything. So we've got Chinese here from our favorite Chinese food place. I got the beef lo mein. Andy got the same thing, but he got just like the whole big thing of it, and I got the dinner, so it's like a smaller portion, and it comes with a chicken on a stick and your choice of soup or spring roll. So I got egg drop soup. We got a lot of food. We'll probably have leftovers for lunch tomorrow, and that's the way we like to do it. Whenever we get Chinese food, we order a ton so we can have leftovers. The kids always eat chicken on a stick, so we got 2 orders of that, so there's like 8 of them over there. And then Andy decided to get some fried scallops this time. I got the kids some vegetable fried rice. They'll have some of that, but they'll also have some of my noodles probably. And then me and Andy each got a pork egg roll as well. And that is going to be our dinner for Thursday. And that is going to be it for this week's What's for Dinner. I know it's different because half the meals were cooked over a campfire, but you can make those meals just as easily at home. Let me know in the comments down below if you plan on trying any of these recipes, and let me know if you made it all the way to the end. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you'll have a great week, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!